Quarterfinal number 2, really to get started. Swinging off the top is Courtney Conlogue from Southern California. Timing it under the lip, she'll just let that one go off the top and stay on her feet for the landing. As more and more fans are piling up with front row seats to watch the world's best compete. Absolute amazing surf culture. Johanne Defay loves every bit of part of calling this her home break as we see Courtney start putts.
Yeah, well, Courtney's, she loves her backhand attack and she loves that big dramatic finish. Until she's posturing already, and a great finishing maneuver there from Courtney Conlogue. She's got one of those surfers that can match the power of these beach breaks and made it quite clear it's one event so far she hasn't won and she wants to get that. You want to fill in the gaps, you know, you want to tick all the boxes through all the events through the year, and you know, this is one of the more difficult ones to win. It took Kelly Slater a very long time to put it on his list of wins.
Have a conversation with Mick. Mick's just looking out to sea, not even buying into it. We love it. Off the bottom and setting up a little top turn carve is Defay on her opening ride to answer to Courtney's 6.5. Big section to work with, and she'll slam it off the top. Somehow hangs on. Challenging wave to ride out of. But I love that big section just colliding right there for the finale. Needed something big there since the first turn was just that classic little wrap into the pocket.
You know, that white water sort of really converging on each other and trying to sneak out the bottom. It's not an easy thing to do. First maneuver, kind of got stuck a little bit. And then she went, okay, I need something special here. Let's do it. It's big snap in the pocket, upside down, critical stuff, and somehow rode out of it. Unbelievable stuff there from Johanne Defay. And it all starts with the bottom turn. Look at the upper body. And now the upper body pivots, jams that back foot as hard as she can on the pad, and literally upside down, Joe. That's an incredible maneuver there from Johanne Defay. And somehow fights her way out of that avalanche of white water. And, well, for one maneuver, really, a pretty good score.
Backed it up with a 7.67 to move on to the semifinals. Like Pete mentioned, the three-peat opportunity still alive for Carissa. Catching up to the last of Johanne Defay in the water right now, Putz.
Yeah, just a sort of more of a slopey wave, and Johanne, you know, understands that, gets out 3.17. But I love the bottom turn of Johanne Defay. She gets nice and low and really jams into it. Sort of pivots that upper body and sort of brings the board around. A lot of lump and bump, but once that wave does hit the bank, it'll clean up.
Rolling in with his whitewater is the Californian, Courtney Conlogue, spraying Johanne Defay on that opening little fade. All setup work. Just wants something to really bowl up on the inside. A little bit better there off the top. Little slice right in the pocket, sets up the end section, and she'll continue to hack away on the inside corner. So 6.5 start. There's her backup she's been waiting for.
And with a bank like this, is that what we call the point of no return, where you kind of got to do the milk run. And the milk run meaning come in and go around and reposition yourself, or catch something like this and just get out of that lineup, because otherwise you're going to be paddling for a period of time, and then when the good ones come, you're out of position for it. So smart move here from Courtney. Kind of a good little backup wave right now. She's looking sharp. She's looking so confident. I mean, that bottom turn, top turn combo is looking pretty dynamic at the moment, Joe.
I've been patting my butt off trying to stay in it. So let me tell you, this heat will change radically. Here we go, Johanne Defay.
Defay now deep off the bottom and setting up that clean top turn wrap. Such a reliable backhand maneuver for Defay. And now time in the end section. Tries to whip it real quick on the oncoming section, but she can't hang on.
Let's have a look. Almost didn't let her in. A really important first turn. Just setting her fins and getting the ball rolling, really. And then, you know, kind of mistimed that bottom turn. You can tell she paused a little bit where she should have just really hooked into it, but easy to say up here. Conditions starting to change, and we're going to see that happen all day long.
Courtney's just thinking about putting up another big number, big rooftop float. She loves the hang time of that maneuver. When you see a big barreling section, expect Conlogue just to be dancing on the rooftop.
Yeah, nervous moments those though.
It's interesting, Potts. You know, when she won her Open Women's NSSA title, it came to a gigantic floater. It was on her forehand way back then, but she loves that maneuver.
Yeah, for me, I love it too, but you want to get a lot of speed going into it. I think if you know, to get the hang time, I think is good, but then you want to be able to project out and over that, because there's that little vortex that you can go down and things can go horribly wrong, as we've seen in the past. A lot of injuries come from that kind of maneuver. So it's a high-risk maneuver in that sense.
It's been a lot of my friend Potts. Loving this region. It's so fun to walk down the streets and have a great cuisine, great wine. This is Conlogue on an important ride. Punching out that section, surfing with a lot of speed and energy through the lip now. Courtney's got some room to move on the inside corner. Quick slap off the shoulder and she'll get out. So pretty fired up.
Pretty fired up. A little bit more distance. You can see her coming from behind the section and straight off the bottom and into that sort of more of a projection maneuver. And now she starts to unload those vertical turns, jamming it in the pocket. So much power involved in Courtney surfing. And again, a little bit more release on that occasion. So showing the judges some variety, beautiful body position, and then kicks on out. So what an exchange there.
So connected to the rhythm of that wave was Courtney Conlogue. Now Johanne Defay's going to roll in. Snaps it high off the coping. Great first turn. Belting the second. Great start for Defay. Arcing it on that soft shoulder, just keeping pace with the rhythm of this wave. She'll hang in there just in case she could slam it shut right in front of her friends and family on the sand. And just forcing her to redirect to get out of there. Wise decision not to hit that section. Running out of water. Did great work out the back. Johanne will be improving.
Let's have a look at these first couple of turns from Johanne Defay. I love that first turn. So committed. And then watch how tight this one is. Bang! Kind of redirected, got that board nice and vertical, and then into another beautiful turn. So 3 solid maneuvers from Johanne Defay. What's happened over the last couple of minutes, Joe? They've both just cranked it up. I think the wave selection on that last exchange, impeccable.
That will be quarterfinal number 3, an exciting one to watch. Then we'll have the Goofies out there. Tatiana Weston-Webb, Bronte McCauley. Setting up a little backhand hook is Defay. Second one, nice top turn. Smaller looking wave, but she's just trying to reposition down the line.
Exactly right. That was a little bit of inside knowledge there. A little bit of local knowledge from Johanne Defay.
That was really the main difference in the outcome of that heat. Sometimes you have priority and you feel like you need to sit out the back and sit out there until you see a set. She'll move on quickly to look to requalify for next season. She's still in a great spot on both tours. As we run out of time in quarterfinal number 2, Courtney Conlogue ends up on top with a 7 and a 6.5 to take on Carissa Moore in the first semifinal of the Roxy Pro. Coming up next, Coco Ho takes on Macy Callahan.